Hello and welcome back to Thalric Plays Wizard of Legend. I am actually, if you watched the end of the last episode, which was very short unfortunately yet again, I apologize. I said that I might not record more today, but it is still today, so let's hope that we can do better. I do actually like our setup a lot more than I've had on the last two episodes, so this might go somewhere, and I'm just mentally preparing myself for the cluster truck to happen, but now we've done that, so let's just start moving and see how well we can do. We've got long range, we've got an Arcana that is good in the area that we're in right now, and it's also fast, so that's good. And we've got a defensive choice with our Snowflake Chakram. This is the most solid start we've had over the last two episodes, that's for sure. Three, including this one, of course. So I am at least cautiously optimistic that I might be able to make it further than I've done the last 2 days. So that's at least that. We do get, unfortunately, the Relic Hunter as our red shop, which is just utterly useless right now. So that's a bit of a waste of opportunity. And let's just, yeah, just look. Oh, that was a whiff though. Look at this. It feels much better right now already with what we have. And I hope we can build a win around this. I need that for my long-term motivation right now. Oh boy, this is a thing. That's not a good thing as well, is it? Oh yeah, okay. What? Come on, really? Bummer. Let's see. Oh, that worked surprisingly well. So at least I'm happy about that, and the damage we took is manageable. There? Okay, I saw that room before, so there's no excuse for me to almost take damage there. Because we saw it through this wall, obviously. So I really shouldn't be that surprised, but luckily I was able to react fast enough. So I've been talking about this game for a lot, but let's address some stuff as well. Just how the future of this game is gonna go, I think, from now. When I started out the hard mode, I said, if I can handle it, I'm just gonna go back and the like. And I still think that could be a viable one. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again here. I'm sensitized to this by now. It's the Ion Spike. It's the same Arcana I made that error before. What we were looking for there is the Spark Array. If that had been in there, we probably would have bought it, but it's not the Spark Array, it's the Ion Spikes, which are horrible. And that damage was also horrible, so we're not gonna take those and or accept the damage we've taken, and we're just gonna move on from there. So yeah. I don't really want to do that anymore. I like the hard mode randomizers in theory, and they're a lot of fun, but they can also just be very frustrating. And apparently my threshold to get annoyed at these is getting lower right now. When we get a bunch of runs that I can't do well in a row, it starts to getting on my nerves, and I'm not quite sure how to get out of that. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but I don't really think I want to go back to the way it was before, so just go back to normal randomizers, or maybe just don't do randomizers for a while. Because I still think that's the way I want to play this game, ultimately. And it's just... Oh, lovely. Actually, this one we could sell. So he might not be completely a waste. Oh, my... Okay, my queue actually got interrupted. That's what happened there. That makes sense. Well, still... So I think... what I've said over the last episode might actually come to pass, so that I am gonna take a bit of a break from Wizard of Legend. There is the announcement, at least as far as I'm aware, from what I've read on Reddit, is they've promised at least one more council member / area, so there is going to be a wind council member, which means there is gonna be a wind area, of course, and that's... Oh, okay. Nope, no bolas, please. Ooh, that was lucky that we got that there before they formed the, that. They're bubbles, that is, of course. So I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer, probably until about the end of the month. And then, depending on how things work out, I'm not quite sure yet. Depending on how my motivation holds up and how our performance goes, it might vary a little bit. But for now, I think I'm aiming for at least the end of the month. Maybe if I can hit triple digits on the episodes, I wouldn't mind either. It's weird to maybe set an arbitrary number like this. But I feel like it could work well for what I want to do, and it's gonna, at least, I want to stay motivated. I want to prove to myself and to you guys that even though we're struggling, I don't want to give up at the first sign of trouble. I want to still try to improve, and giving it, really, wow, okay, that's just atrocious how we're getting hit here. And I just want to be able to do better and still show that I can improve here. And I think sticking with this a little bit longer is the way to go here. And we do have good episodes between the bad and, well, we should say we have bad episodes in between the good, because I think overall there are still more episodes that I really enjoy that I dislike immensely. There is obviously an up and down going on, and maybe I remember the episodes I dislike a little bit more prevalent than, or a little bit more active than the other ones, but that's normal as well, I think. We humans tend to remember the bad more than the good for some reason, because we kind of want to expect the good maybe, and that's why the bad stuff sticks out more. I don't know. But it's what it's going on. I really don't know what I'm gonna go for next there. I've got so much things floating around in my head. Of course, it's stuff I've been talking about a lot more as well. I've picked up singing lessons. I've started doing archery again. I'm trying to take care of myself a little bit more with fitness goals and the like. So I'm just having less and less time for just strict up playing, and I don't actually mind that. It's something that everything else that I'm doing outside of gaming is also just a lot of fun, and I like it a lot. So I'm trying to figure out how to keep up all sides, basically. Because so far, what I've always tried to do is just record at least one video a day, because I wanted to keep it regular, basically. I wanted to devote a lot of time here and just see where things are going and keep it up, because it's fun, and it's still fun. It's just the main issue is that I've picked up other hobbies now again that are also a lot of fun, and it's hard to balance all of it. So I'm trying to figure out an appropriate balance, and I think I don't want to... I mean, we can all agree probably that most of the content I'm putting out is not really the most high quality of things in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I'm doing this as a hobby. I'm not editing at all. Oh, please get out of it. And I'm trying to figure out maybe if I want to do things differently. Just go away from what I've been doing so far and just go for one video a day, and maybe dial down that number, but maybe see if I can get the quality up a little bit more, just to see if that maybe makes things more interesting for myself and for you guys as well. And depending on what game I could choose there, it's gonna be a different, it's gonna be vastly different, I think. So that's part of the things I'm trying to figure out right now, and I'm not quite sure yet where I'm gonna land on that ultimately. I think so. That's part of the things or that's at least part of the process that I'm trying to work my way through right now and figure out how I want to approach this, because there's a lot of ways this could go, more or less. I want to play Divinity Original Sin 2 again, for example. Even though I've just finished it and I'm about to finish my co-op playthrough. I'm gonna wait until the end of the month for that at least, because that's when the definitive edition comes out, so there's a real reason for me to pick that up. There's also a bunch of other roguelites or the Metroidvania genre that we could be going for that I like. So games like Dead Cells that have just got out of early access that I've specifically never played because I didn't want to play it in early access. Even though it was already good, but I wanted to keep it fresh for when it actually released, so that I could play it then. There were some games that I had planned to stream that I never really got to. We also are close to the Gods and Glory DLC for Hollow Knight, which is a game I enjoyed immensely. It might still be my favorite game that I've played over the last year or two, or even more. It's really good, and I think... And I think that could be a real good way to go. So I really don't know, and I might want to start to go a little bit more heavy on the editing and just learn to edit finally, because I don't know how to effectively edit. I've been using Windows Movie Maker to render and cut out stuff and stuff like that, but I haven't really gotten into the editing side of things at all, because I just didn't want to, more or less. But my laziness is maybe no longer an excuse, and in some areas. So one thing I've talked about as well before, it's gonna make sense. I know I'm not going off on a tangent here. Is that I've started up singing lessons as well. Basically, I've started to take singing lessons, and I've been thinking about how can I maybe make videos out of that, because would somebody watch me do covers of songs that I enjoy, for example? And that's part of the reason I've also just considered going into editing a little bit more, because I need a little bit more solid knowledge over over how audio works and the like, that I could do that finally. So I've been thinking about that as well, and that might be something that I move towards in the long run. I'm not quite sure yet if that's gonna be the case, but it's a definite possibility. So all of that, oh my god, it worked. All of that is just swirling around in my head, and I'm trying to figure out where to go from here on out. It's just multiple directions where it could go, but I think I want to mix things up. And with ending this game for the time being, it might be the right time to do so, basically. And I know that one thing I've been doing maybe a little too much is trying to just never change the formula in a significant way, just so that I can say, hey, at least I've got a constant theme going on. Basically, but it's not really a good theme in the long scheme of things apparently right now. So oh, come on, it's one of those days where my timing on him is just off a teensy smidgen. And yeah, your shot's not gonna hit me this time, but could we just not die against him, please? This run has so much promise, please. I need to back off a bit. Here, there he is. I'm really trying to not die against him right now. Oh my god, those hits. There we go. Okay, I've got 6 HP. Please give me over 100 gold. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna buy HP. This is atrocious. Also, I'm not sure we got a single health drop after me picking up the raspberry cookie box, which as always makes me dislike the relic immensely, because it always feels like it's not worth it for some reason. But who knows? Let's see how we can do it against Atlas. So yeah, I also know that I basically get no views. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 active viewers on this series right now, which is ridiculous considering how it looked during the Moortime days and the Blood Bowl days. But I still, as much as I miss those days view-wise, I don't really miss the games right now that much. I mean, I'm just burned out on those, I guess. It is what it is. I've got a comment a while ago that somebody basically was hoping that I was gonna start up playing my Pro Elves again, and I can understand that, and part of me wants to go back there, but mostly because I miss the views of that days more than I miss the games themselves that much. Because I don't really miss Blood Bowl right now, which is the reason I'm not considering picking it up again for now. I'm sure I will play it at some point again. The last time I think I stopped playing Blood Bowl, it took me 2 years or so before I wanted to play again, and that's when I started recording as well. But it took us a long while to get there. Oh, come on, we're dead. That's a bummer. We're gonna start a new run here. I'm not done yet. But so I'm not even sure. I'm gonna have to basically echo everything that I've said here in a separate video, just as a channel update at some point. But I think I'm just voicing these things out loud so that I can make sense of what I'm trying to go for, because so far I've only thought about it, but maybe talking through it right now is gonna lead me to some sort of conclusion in any way. Also, that was a horrible Atlas fight. I should have dodged way more. I'm not sure quite why I went so aggressive there. I hate our Q already. In the combination with the right click, it's even worse because both are extremely slow. At least we've got a really good dash and a solid left click, which are possibly a saving grace. Also, I think I liked our relic as well. I've momentarily forgotten what it was now, but I think it was a decent one, and I can't really look at it right now. So we're gonna go for that in just a moment. Let's see if we can maybe get that all sorted out. Oh yeah, it was the Glove of Midas. So our gold is gonna be a solid thing, I guess. We'll see. But yeah, there's just so much stuff floating around in my head, and I'm trying to figure out how to just continue, because I love recording videos and I want to keep doing that, but I need to figure out how to... I think the main issue is that for the longest time I've built my life, quite literally, around recording videos, and I don't really want to do that anymore. I want to figure out how to include recording videos into what my life is right now. So between all the other hobbies that I've picked up and all the other interests that I've picked up again and developed over a while here, I want to see how recording is fitting in there and not the other way around, basically. How I can make everything else work with recording around it. Or with recording as the main focus, I guess, is what it comes down to. So my priorities are shifting right now in my life bit. That's a big and important thing. And I just need to... What? He didn't get caught in that? That's unfortunate. And I should have dashed in a different direction as well. So we'll see how it's gonna work out. I think one of the big things, I am not gonna be able to pick to hold up the 7 videos a week in any way, shape, or form. I've also... One of the things is I've started streaming with Game Night again, which is a lot of fun. And I want to keep that up. But that also is another evening that is completely, because it's from 8 till midnight, basically, that we're playing there. It's just a very big time commitment, and that takes time out of the day that I could be doing different things, like recording or just doing one of the other things that I'm doing right now. So I'm just trying to work around that, and I haven't really figured out how to release that content yet, if I'm going to edit that down or if it's just one raw video. The first one right now would be an hour, more or less. Not an hour. It's a 4-hour stream without a pause. So it's just completely different, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that, more or less, because I'm not sure I want to edit those down to just the single hunts. We're playing Monster Hunter World there, by the way, in case you weren't aware. Or if I'm just going to release it as one big video. I know that's not necessarily the best way to go, because viewer retention is crappy on long videos usually, because it takes a lot of effort to go through a 4-hour video, and editing it down to just the hunts is just kind of could be the way to go. To make it more bite-sized pieces, I'm gonna also have to sneeze, so I'm trying to suppress that right now, but I might not be able to, so I apologize in advance. Ah, bless me. Thank you, me. I don't know. I apologize. Sorry. So there we are. But yeah, that's basically what's going on, and that's something that's been going... Oh, that's been... What? I fell down? That's been floating in my head for the last 2 or 3 weeks already, at least. I think so. What? Okay, he could be in there, and it worked. Interesting. And it's... Sometimes it just... I can ignore that a little bit more than other times. But it's making me... It's a weird thing right now. It's hard to explain, but it's just something that's constantly on my mind, because this is still important to me. If this weren't important, I wouldn't be stressing myself out about this so much and being so annoyed that I can't perform well here. It's something I care about and that I want to be able to continue to care about, so I'm trying to figure out how to be able... Oh my god, why did I pull them with me? How to incorporate in there in a way that I can have fun with this and not stress myself out over it. And it's not... I'm dying again. And it's not easy. And I think trying to keep up the daily Wizard of Legend videos right now, at least, is not the way to go. I still want to try, and I still want to give this series a good send-off. But we're approaching the end for the time being, at least, and I just want to... okay. Oh, I didn't get poisoned. Thank you. Well, now we did, though. So yay. Also, it's a dead-end room, and I'm getting poisoned again. Because right now, I'm not caring if I can get poisoned, because we already did, so that was dumb. I was so focused on just talking about the game for the longest time that now that I'm talking about everything but the game again, it's not going as well as I'd want it to. There we go. That's the better way to play this. Wow. Okay. Oh, timed enemies spawning in. Always fun. Ooh, that hit though. That was actually beautiful. And the Earth Stomp agent actually pushing them out of the area of effect there, which I dislike. Would you mind dying? Thank you. There we go. So, we're still in this. The question is, can we get back to this? So I'm going to get back to talking about the game a bit more right now. Because I've talked about everything else already now, I think. And there isn't much else to say. I've said what I've wanted to say. And I think you guys can see or I hope you guys can see the point I'm trying to make, or where I'm coming from with this. And I just want to see where we're going. So it might not be strictly gaming content entirely as well. I've already been thinking about, hey, how can I record myself shooting so that you can guys maybe see what I've been doing, especially once I get my new bow. I'm really excited for that still. And it's just something that I've been thinking about so much. I just don't have a good setup to record something on the fly. My phone camera obviously isn't really good there. My father has really good cameras though. And I've been shooting at there, so maybe I can use one of those with a tripod to record me shooting, just so that I'm not sure I could actually tell them what I want to use the footage for now, because it would sound a bit weird. But I could maybe just say to the guys, hey, I wanna be able to correct my own form a little bit better. So I just want to record myself shooting so that I can see what my form looks like. My form is solid, I know that, but there are small things that you can always improve. And even though I haven't shot in 13 years and it's just been 2 months or so since I've picked it back up again, there's stuff to improve. I've shot blind for a bit, which I believe in some areas it's called blank bailing as well. Because basically you're not aiming, you're just shooting blindly from very short range, and just focusing on releasing fine and just having a good form. And I noticed a few things there, so I think that's a guise that I could go for. And then also the singing stuff as well. I just want to at least try 1 or 2 covers maybe at some point of songs that I like and see if that works out. I've got no way of really, because I can't play a musical instrument, so I would have to figure out a way to just get the original audio, I guess, in there, and see if I can, or not audio, yeah, well, it is the audio, but it's the music track, quite literally. Oh, come on. No, don't body me. I hate this, because we're too slow to make this group work real easy, especially with the Earth Rogues. Right now, it's kind of difficult. There we go, that worked, okay. But we're 58 HP, and we've got this, okay. So I've bought HP for the second time. I'm doing worse and worse, because right now I'm actually just focusing on getting out all the information and not really talking about the game, which makes me focus a little bit less. It takes some of the pressure off, I can tell you that much. I'm not getting annoyed as I've been over the last few or 2 episodes, because I've been doing horribly. Because this start already is just bad, and it's just extremely annoying, but I'm doing horrible, and now that I'm talking about it actively again, I am getting annoyed, which is just, it's not good. But yeah, you can probably see where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to figure out how to make me like this a little bit more again, and I'm already doing pressure up. I did a test recording with just singing, and I hated my own voice, which is probably a problem a little bit. But it was just the very first one. I didn't really have the confidence to go all out on the singing as well. And there's just a lot of things that make me that I want to improve on. But it's something to sink my teeth into outside of just recording gaming here, and I still want to share stuff with you guys, because that's something I care about, and I want to continue to care about, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get there, more or less. So yeah, we're still full circle. I can't stop talking about it, I guess, but it's what I'm trying to figure out, and I might have to think about that as well. Oh my god, that was so lucky. We easily could have gotten knocked down and just died there, but luckily we have the wavefront dash, which is amazing, and we can push enemies into pits with that, so there it is. Still, we're down to 66 HP. And I am... Could you just throw out the Q? God frickin' damn it. You see, I pressed Q. He didn't throw it out. It always got overwritten by our left click, which is my own fault, but still. Technically, I would have just hoped for him to just get the Q out there once. We have Pazus. I think we saw Kali's Thorough Diadem on the relic shop as well, so that's the thing. Oh no, not this room though. I missed because I got stuck on that. I'm gonna have to be extremely careful with how I dash here. There we go. The good thing is we've got the upgraded... What I wanted to say is, the good thing is we have the upgraded wavefront dash, so we get invulnerability a little bit. We get a shield while we dash. But then we instantly died because I'm not a smart person. And oh, here we go. And then we got ourselves. It's just sometimes I really question the way my brain sends signals to my fingers. We can't get him. I won't even try. The Q is too slow. It's not dealing enough damage. Our right click, our Earth Stomp agent's gonna push him away out of a corner, which will just lead to us. Not being able to get our left click in there. Our left click is fine, but it's not really fast. So getting the damage in there is not really something we can get. I'm just trying to get both of these real quick. It worked. Thank you. Ah, a little bit too far away. Bummer. Okay, let's push them up there. That's also something that would work. There we go. See, once we get them in the corner, it's not actually that bad, but getting there is the hard part, basically. What are we still looking for? Our Arcana shop. Sure, Blazing Blitz. It's not like I dislike that one immensely. Why would I ever take it? It might be among my least favorite Fire Arcana, that's for sure. See, once again, I know not a whole lot of people are watching these videos, so I will release a channel update in the upcoming week or two, I think, just to talk about this again in a bit of a more appropriate setting where it's not in the guise of an episode here, it's the actual use, or it's the I can't even think of the word. It's the focus, I don't know, purpose of purpose. I've got 20 HP. We already bought healing, so it's not even like, oh, it's the burst mage as well. That's gonna be interesting, to say the least, and I'm dead. It is what it is. I still think we didn't do worse than we did yesterday, and I talked about much more meaningful stuff than I did yesterday as well. So improvement? I don't know. You decide. Thank you guys very much for watching today's episode of Wizard of Legend. I hope you enjoyed it in some capacity. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see me play more Wizard of Legend, at least for a while, just come back tomorrow. Yeah, so as always, have a nice day and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.